Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. Today we're going to talk about the second purchase that you guys are seeing that I made at Blade Show, but chronologically over the course of the weekend it was the third purchase that I made. In fact, if you saw me at Blade Show, you wouldn't have seen me with this thing. I don't think anyone knows that I have it, that I own it, anything like that, because I actually got it at the bite handle rave and then put it in my pocket. Didn't really show it to anybody, maybe a few people. But it is the Remshi Designs Shino. And not just the Remshi Designs Shino. This is the original prototype before Remshi did the design change that would ultimately go on to be the Shino that I made a few videos on before. If you look up the Shino on this channel, there's about 4 videos, 2 of them with an unmodified prototype for what would be the final production Shino, and then 2 of them with a zippy modified version of that design. This is before all of that, because Remshi changed the design in between showing it off at Blade Show and then making those actual productions. And this is one of those original designed units. I don't know if this is the exact one that he showed off at Blade Show. I would assume not. I would assume he still has that exact model. But this is that same design, which is sick because, and let me be clear, I still like the final production Shino that we got. I stand by what I said in the videos before, that it's still a great standardization of the Kuno design and the Remshi design. Probably one of my favorite flipping products of his. But man, I was just really, really enamored by the original prototype he showed off at Blade Show, and was a tiny bit disappointed with the changes for my preferences personally. I think ultimately it was the better choice to make the Shino what it was for the wider Balisong community and for wider consumers who would want to buy one. But man, did I want to own one of those original prototypes, because I just loved how they flipped. And now, courtesy of the wonderful Nicksnacks on Instagram, who I have to give a huge shout out to because drove specifically to Bite Handle just to deliver this to me, because I told her at the pit on Saturday, oh yeah, I'll see you tomorrow on Sunday for sure. And then proceeded to not really see anyone on Sunday because I was running around the show like a madman for most of the day. So sorry about that, and thank you so much for driving this to Bite Handle and hanging out there specifically just to deliver this to me. She was actually super cool. She said, you don't have to buy it from me now, but I want you to take it and mess around with it for like a week, make a video on it or whatever you want to do. And then at the end of that, let me know if you want to either buy it off of me, or if you don't, you can just send it back to me. So that was super, super cool of her. Thank you so much. But I ultimately, as you can see, ended up deciding to purchase it. And now I own this is like one of 3 maybe, one of 5, some low number original Shino, the pre-facelift, to use a car term. What is the facelift? Well, the ultimate Shino that came out and that some of you may own is a little bit more rounded. You can see that these are very square handles, and also the handles are a bit longer. So on the Shino that we ultimately got, the tip basically was right at the end of the handle. So you can see here there's like half an inch from the tip to the end of the handles. On the final production version, the handles were chopped off to like the bottom of this divot for the screw. So they were a little bit shorter handles to allow for the zippy inserts to be put in to kind of expand out the spacers a little bit, expand out the handles a little bit with the spacers, excuse me. And it was a cool design. I like it, but man, I just always wished I could own one of these original prototypes and never got the chance until now. And I'm just so stoked to be able to have one. I mean, this is probably one of the rarest things in my collection now at this point, which is pretty cool that it's not only a Remshi product, but also probably my favorite thing from Remshi. Because man, I really liked this thing. It's not perfect by any means. It's still like kind of weird. The corners at the end are very sharp. The blade is very long. There's actually more tip weight here than you would think, so fans and choker fans actually feel amazing. But because you have that little bit more handle length, this feels a lot more like the zippy spacer Shino because you actually get really sticky and good chaplins and rollovers and everything like that. Like, I have no problems flipping this. There's maybe a few times where the longer blade kind of messes with me, but it just flips so well once you get used to it. I mean, it just cranks through any trick that you could want. And the Kuno does as well. I'm not trying to say that, oh, because I like this more, I'm like disparaging the Kuno at all. The Kuno is amazing in its own specific way, but like as a standard Balisong, the Shino kind of rips. I mean, you look at this and you think, where's the tip weight? It's not going to fan well. And then it fans well, and it choker fans well, and it rollovers well, and it sticks to your finger in chaplins, and it just does what I want it to do, but it has personality too. It's a really, really, really fun flipper. And if you have small fingers like me, you get the extra benefit of the karambit hole, because this is actually like properly rounded and chamfered for this to not cut the crap out of you when you do it. Thank you, Spyderco knife, that I tried to do that on and then gave me a ring of shame. It's the one ring of shame I've ever gotten from a Spyderco folding knife. So yeah, thanks for that, Spyderco. How do you put a hole on the blade and expect me not to do that? But yeah, this thing's really cool. It was my final bad decision of Blade Show, because I was planning on spending less than even the Aeon at Blade Show, and then I walked away with 3 Balisongs, this included. But wow, I just assassinated Wheelie. I'm so sorry. But I'm super excited to own it. So thank you to Nyx for this. Yeah, this is a really cool piece to have in my collection. Remshi, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are. Maybe you'll see this pop up in your YouTube feed. I want to know how many of these exist. Like, how many of these pre-facelift Shinos exist. Because I do want to know what I've got on this thing. I might get this thing anode. I've always said I want to get the Kuno anode. But because the Kuno is so unique, and it has that massive titanium blade, and you can ano all of that, I've always thought that I need to find like the perfect thing to get it anode with. But this thing, since it's a stainless steel blade, you can't be as creative with. Like, there's not a ton of room here to do anything super crazy. So I feel pretty confident in just giving it like a pretty standard, but still good looking ano. A fade of some sort. I would love maybe like a teal to blue. I talk so much about having a teal to blue fade in my collection for so many years, and I still don't have one to this day. So maybe we need to change that. But yeah, this thing's really cool. I'm super happy to have the chance to own it. And it was a super cool way to end off and cap off Blade Show. So I think that about does it. Huge thank you to Nick Snacks for selling this thing to me and for giving me the extra week beforehand to decide if I even wanted to buy it. I understand that I'm a public figure in the community, so I have, I guess, far more to lose if I scam people, but being trusted like that is super cool, and I try not to take that for granted. So thank you for that. Super cool stuff. And yeah, I'm just really excited to own this thing, in case I haven't said it enough this video. So expect to see, maybe you'll see this more. I don't know. There's not much to talk about here because I've already said what I like about it. It's a little bit more handle bias than the original or the Shino that you guys got. It's less rounded. It's more square. It's a little bit more uncomfortable, but man, do I love flipping it. Although I might sandpaper down the corners. The corners do get a little bit prickly, a little bit itchy in your hands as you choker fan it. I don't know. It's cool though. I love it, and I'm super happy to have bought it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one when I reveal my final purchase of Blade Show. Maybe. We'll see. Got to keep you in suspense for a little bit. It's been over a month now. Anyway, see you later.